This is the HOVERAir X1, and it has quickly become my go-to drone for content creation. In this video, I'm gonna dive into why that is and how easy this drone is to use. Is this drone right for everybody? Well, I'll let you decide that at the end of this video when I explain some of the shortcomings of this drone. But the fact that it folds up, can stick in my pocket, and go with me pretty much anywhere, it's got a lot going for it. The X1 is incredibly intuitive to use. You push and hold the power button to turn it on first, and then you push the power button again while holding it at eye level, and it just takes off from the palm of your hand. In this case here, I'm doing a review video on this robotic pool cleaner, so it is easy for me to launch it and then do the scene as I want to shoot it. The HOVERAir X1 literally is my cameraman in this case. I set it to be at mid-level because you can adjust the height at which you want it to follow you. And I wanted it to be lower because I knew the pool cleaner was gonna be lower. But notice right here, as I crouch down onto the pool deck, it goes down lower with me, getting a perfect shot for my video. This is something that I'd have to pay somebody else to follow and get this shot. And the HOVERAir X1 makes it a breeze. In fact, this is my niece Anna operating it for the very first time.
Yeah, hold it at eye level and then push the power button.
Stop it.
And now you can turn around and start walking. Everybody start walking.
Because it fits easily into your pocket, it is convenient for capturing moments on the go. Unlike larger drones, the X1 is designed to be very straightforward and user-friendly. It offers a handful of preset flight modes like follow, orbit, bird's eye, and several others. And in fact, zoom out is one of my favorite features. This allows you to capture different angles without needing advanced piloting skills. The app even walks you through some short little exercises to really understand the functions and hand gestures needed to control your drone.
And this is where it ran into my fridge, but neither the fridge nor the drone were damaged.
The basics to control your X1 consists of either putting your hand out palm side up for it to land on, or putting your arms overhead in an X pattern to get it to stop the intelligent flight mode and come back to your palm to land. You can also use hand gestures to take photos, like peace sign and an OK sign. This ability to operate with minimal input is truly what makes the X1 so special. You can launch it directly from your hand and it will follow the selected mode on its own. There's no need to fiddle with complicated controls and settings to figure out how to fly this drone. It's really more about setting it up and letting it do the work for you. The HOVERAir X1 weighs only 125 grams, so you won't have to actually register this in most countries. And it's equipped with a 2.7K Ultra HD camera that gets the job done. What I mean by that is that it's not going to compete with more expensive drones that shoot in 4K with huge 1-inch sensors. But it is very usable footage, and quite frankly, footage I otherwise probably would not have gotten. Here's an example of me getting the HOVERAir X1 set up and flying compared to what is involved in getting my DJI Mini 4 Pro out and in the air. They are two completely different use cases for me, and they both serve a purpose in my content creation. However, I genuinely believe that more people will enjoy the experience of using the X1 because of its compact size and ease of use. Now I'm going to show this to you in real time here because I want you to really appreciate how easy it is to pull this out and start recording. So here I pulled it out of my pocket. I'm just out here on an e-bike, actually doing a review on this Troxus e-bike. Pulled it out of my pocket, turned it on, set the follow mode, and push the power button here, and just like that, it is going to launch into the air and automatically start following me. Now you can change the type of intelligent flight mode right from the device itself, and there's more settings in the app you can really dial in, but down on the lower left there, that's the actual footage being recorded by the HOVERAir X1, and it just starts following me, and it does a very good job of following me. Now it is line of sight. It is using that camera to follow me, but I'm making turns here. I'm just riding along and it is staying up with me. You can change the height at which it follows you, which is really cool. But do note that it does gain some momentum. So if you start building up some speed and come to a sudden stop, it's going to need a little distance to stop. So just be aware of your surroundings. But this gives you a little bit of an idea of how easy it is to launch the HOVERair X1 and start recording. As soon as you put your palm out underneath the drone there, it lands in your palm, fold it up, and off and away you go, just like that. The X1 is lightweight, which makes it portable, but that also means it's more susceptible to wind. So it's best used in calmer condition. It did handle moderate winds, but anything over 10 to 15 miles an hour, and it really struggled or just refused to fly at all. While it doesn't have obstacle avoidance, its small size and enclosed propellers make it a bit more crash resistant. In fact, it did run into a few things since I've been using it, like a tree and a parked car, but it had no damage and nothing broken on it. The footage was even saved up until the crash as well. You don't actually get to see the crash, which is kind of a bummer, but all of the footage right up until when the HOVERair was knocked out of the air was saved. Overall, the HOVERair X1 is less about professional grade footage and more about simplicity and ease of use, making it a good fit for everyday users. The HOVERair X1 is made by a company named 00 Robotics, and I actually owned an earlier model of the Hover called the Hover Camera Passport. And that thing was actually quite advanced for its time, and they were pushing the boundaries. So I was really excited that they came out with a next generation that is more compact, more autonomous features built into it, and a huge improvement over their first generation drone. I've got a very special link in the description below where you can pick up your very own HOVERair X1. I got the bundle with the additional battery and charging hub. And to me, that's a must, because these batteries, while they are rated for about 10 minutes, in most cases, you're going to get maybe 5 to 8 minutes with them, depending on the wind condition. So definitely pick up an extra battery, and that charging hub has really come in clutch. One thing that I would like to see them improve is the propeller noise. It's something that you just need to be aware of. When you turn this on, it does have a high-pitched propeller noise. And that noise can draw a little bit of attention, but it certainly hasn't prevented me from bringing it out when there's people around and flying a drone to get the shot. In fact, my friend Jason with Jackrabbit Mobility actually got a HOVERair X1 after seeing me use it doing the review video on his e-bike, and he absolutely loves it. In fact, I think his nephew likes it even more than he does because it's that easy to use. Be sure to hit the like button and comment down below. Do you see the HOVERair X1 a useful piece in your content creation, or maybe just as a fun camera to have with you?